from the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Fox Sports Houston presents Rockets basketball. And tonight, the Rockets take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Worrell. Good to have you with us. The Rockets beginning a 3-game road trip, and this is really necessary now for the Rockets to win all 3 of these games. They need to stay alive in the NBA playoffs. They're chasing the Portland Trail Blazers. They can't afford another loss to an inferior team. They take on a Minnesota team tonight. They've won 10 in a row over. And it's going to be a battle of the point guards tonight. It was the last game, Matt.
Yeah, it sure was. We take a look at the numbers of the 2 point guards in the last game, which was a triple overtime game. Aaron Brooks playing 59 minutes, scoring a career-high 43. I guarantee you that Johnny Flynn does not want to see another 59 minutes of Aaron Brooks. But Aaron Brooks is one of the best players in the league at using English off the glass when he scores. Look at that. Look at how he spins that ball to get it to go in. Very impressive with Aaron Brooks being able to spin that ball. Johnny Flynn is a rookie, and when you're a rookie, you want to be able to gauge yourself against the best. Playing tonight against Aaron Brooks, he's going to get a good feeling of where he's at in his rookie year.
Well, you can't just have Aaron Brooks doing your scoring. You've got 2 other guys that have to step it up tonight. That's Scola and Kevin Martin.
Yeah, Scola's been very, very good. Now, Scola's another guy who's very good at using English when he scores around the basket. But my question to you, Bill, is does he use English or does he use Spanish?
English that time.
English, okay. But Kevin Martin is another guy who's coming in, and we love the way he scores the basketball. He gets to the free throw line. Impressively enough, he can get the alley-oop too, so it's going to be a good game for those guys.
Time for the Toyota keys to the game.
Unique defensive effort, playing against a bad team, an unselfish offense for the Rockets, and of course, intensity for 48 minutes.
Ariza Lowry out of the game for the Rockets tonight. Also, David Anderson will not play, so the Rockets going to have to ask for some help off that bench. We'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment. Hi again, everybody, and we welcome you to downtown Minneapolis, where it was a balmy day outside tonight, about 40 degrees, and everybody walking around in shirt sleeves. Pretty nice day. Let's set the starting lineups for you now, brought to you by Continental Airlines. Starting for the Houston Rockets, Shane Battier, Louis Scola, Chuck Hayes, Kevin Martin, and Aaron Brooks. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, it will be Ryan Gomes, Ryan Hollins, Darko Milicic, Corey Brewer, and Johnny Flynn. Rockets have defeated the Timberwolves 10 games in a row. They want to keep it going here tonight. Aaron Brooks will be going after his 34th straight game with at least 1 3-pointer. He leads the league in that category. Welcome back to the Target Center in Minneapolis as the Rockets beginning a 3-game road trip now, starting here tonight against the T-Wolves, tomorrow night with the Pistons. And they need to sweep all 3 of these games if they want to stay in the race. Rick Adelman, of course, watching his team play this year at 30-30. They got off to a good start this season, but with the trades the Rockets have made, the assimilation of all of these new players, it's been a tough assignment for Rick Adelman to try to get everybody the minutes they need and to get the right combinations. Down the way, it's also been interesting first season for Kurt Rambis. Of course, when you're the assistant coach for the world champions, it's kind of tough to go anywhere else. And Rambis played for the Lakers. He coached for the Lakers. Now he's with Minnesota.
Yeah, but he's also coaching with Bill Laimbeer. So how does a Laker player coach alongside a Detroit bad boy? I mean, how is that working?
Well, of course, Laimbeer won a couple of championships in the WNBA with the Detroit team.
Do you think Laimbeer still gives Kurt Rambis cheap shots in practice?
Probably. In fact, that coaching.
Oh, there's Reggie Theus.
Yeah, Reggie Theus is there.
Player, yeah, so.
Yeah. Reggie was tried his head coaching chops with Sacramento for a couple of seasons before he exited there. So,
but Reggie was never a cheap shot artist like Bill Laimbeer. Reggie was a very nice player.
Are you going to get us started off with a lawsuit already from Laimbeer? There's Corey Brewer. You know, we talked a little bit. He's got a streak going now, too, as he has hit on 26 games in a row with at least a 3-pointer. So he's right behind Aaron Brooks. Brooks with 33 in a row. And Brewer is a much improved player this year. In fact, they're touting him for most improved of the year, but his stats aren't nearly as good this season as Aaron Brooks has been as the most improved player.
Well, and Corey Brewer, he might not even be the best Brewer to ever play for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think Randy Brewer might be better than him.
Oh, that's cold-blooded. You're going back a little ways
way
now.
back.
Yeah, Aaron Brooks with 151 threes this season. So he's putting up quite the statistics, and you know that most improved is really pretty nebulous because Brewer, oh well, I guess they haven't had a lot of workouts here with Darko Milicic.
Darko didn't know the pass was coming.
No, he was going to the basket.
He was zigging and the other guy was zagging.
Darko has zigged and zagged his way to the 5 NBA teams in his 7 years in the NBA. Kevin Martin with a fall away for 2. Martin has played very well since coming to the Rockets. He's had a couple of 30-point games, another one of 29. And Brewer again.
Wow, another.
He's making some nice passes, but they're not going to anybody.
They're not on the same page at all.
They're nice passes, though.
Really nice passes.
Yeah.
If you're playing alongside a Brewer, you might want to keep your eyes open. He's gonna try to hit you with the pass.
Or wear a helmet. A ball knocked out of bounds. No, it's saved by Aaron Brooks. Darko picks up Aaron. Scola.
Nice pass.
Nice pass to Hayes.
See, Aaron was double teamed on the wing, and one pass to Scola led to the pass to Chuck Hayes, who was wide open.
Milicic, of course, in that draft with LeBron and Dwayne Wade and those players, he was drafted number 2 by the Pistons. And he was over in Europe doing nothing when he got traded by the Knicks.
Actually, he was in New York. I talked with Jim Peterson before the game, and he was not playing, of course. That ball was thrown out of bounds by Chuck Hayes. And Darko didn't want to play.
A lot of flying basketballs around here.
Yeah, so keep your eyes open, Bill. We're right here on the court. But anyway, Darko didn't want to play in the NBA anymore. He wanted to just go home to Europe, and that would be it for his NBA career.
Well, he got a nice contract from Memphis.
David Kahn, the guy in charge here at Minnesota, he actually had to fly to New York and talk Darko into coming to Minnesota and playing for the last couple of years. Seriously. Jim Peterson told me that's the story.
So he just wanted to sit on his big
Haunches.
carumba.
Yeah.
And collect money, huh? That's one of the reasons why he hasn't been successful, I guess. And Scola puts it up and in. You got to talk a guy into playing basketball for this kind of money.
Yeah.
You might have a problem.
There's a little bit something out of whack. There was a travel. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, but the other 3 officials didn't.
Ryan Hollins with a nice 3-step post up there.
Yeah, nice player out of UCLA. AB coming off a pick, fires up the jumper, nice touch, and Scola follows it back in.
Just does not give up on a play. He plays so hard every single possession. You got to love a guy who just gives you complete effort every single night.
Back to Johnny Flynn. Boy, this was a year for the point guards in the NBA draft. There are a lot of them contributing. And Hollins, unguarded, puts it up and in. He's a 7-footer.
Pretty nice interior pass there for the Wolves. The Rockets went to double team, and you don't want to leave the guy who's underneath the basket wide open.
No, that's usually not a good idea.
You want to leave the guy farthest away from the basket wide open.
Milicic is a 7-footer too, so they've got a couple of 7-footers in their lineup, and Scola gets the basket and the foul.
Okay, now
Luis finally got it to work.
If you make that shot, you know you've got it going.
Yeah.
So Scola's already got 6 points. Watch this one. He jumps into Darko, gets the foul, and then just throws it up as an afterthought. It goes in. Now, what Scola's got to do here on the free throw line is tell himself, I need to shoot more tonight because I've got it rolling.
Do you address yourself like that when you're talking to yourself?
Depends on how much time you have.
You've got obviously a lot of time today.
I had plenty of time today.
Johnny Flynn, who doesn't have a lot of time, out of Syracuse last year, #1 draft choice this year for Minnesota. Nice rebound by the Chuck Wagon. Martin's still trying to get in that up tempo that the Rockets want to run.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make, is when you play with one team for your whole career, as Aaron Brooks makes a nice little stop and pop there, when you play one style your whole career, it takes a while to get acclimated to a different system.
Rockets really looking good step right now. They've hit 6 out of 7, 4 out of 7 for Minnesota. And the Rockets up 13-8.
You can see right there, Aaron Brooks had to tell Kevin Martin where to go.
And Kevin puts it up and in. That's a long 2.
I like that play. That's a pick-the-picker play, but Aaron had to tell Kevin Martin what they were running.
Well, that's going to happen a little bit between now and the end of the season.
Exactly.
Kevin's
That's the way it's got to work.
Going to take him some time. A lot of variations off of a play you run, aren't there, Matt?
Yeah, and those variations, they evolve throughout the course of a season.
Oh, nice pass to Martin on the other side. Goes around his man, sets up Scola, and why not? He's had the hot hand. Scola has not missed. He's 4 for 4 for 9 points. A 9-2 run by Houston.
Yeah, and did you see Kevin Martin could have shot that, but he found his teammate who was hot.
Johnny Flynn hits a 3-pointer.
Yeah, he's in like Flynn, isn't he?
No, that's Flynn.
No, it was Errol Flynn. Originally.
You don't even know who Aaron Flynn.
No, Errol Flynn. I sure do.
No, you don't.
Come on, Bill. With the Oscars coming up, you got to know who Errol Flynn is.
Well, he won't be up for one.
But he was a long time ago.
Guess it's that movie, Six Feet Under. There's Flynn on the drive, and he lays it up, and it's a charge.
Yeah, Aaron Brooks sets up and takes the charge, but there was a whole bunch of guys hitting the floor.
Don't you know that's the #1 on everybody's list in their pre-scouting report is watch the Rockets in the lane, they'll get a charge.
Aaron did a nice job of setting up. He was outside of the restricted area. Aaron doesn't have a lot of padding, though. Those kind of charges, they don't always feel good.
Players are starting to wear more padding now. Did you notice?
I did, yeah. There's all kinds of guys wearing hip pads, tailbone pads. Some guys are wearing pads around their ribs.
I think that's a good idea. As the chuck wagon just rolled over somebody. I think it was Corey Brewer.
Well, as Corey Brewer runs into Chuck Hayes, he's wishing he was wearing pads right now.
That's a big guy. Thick.
The thing about a moving pick, though, is if you don't hit it, it's not a moving pick. Does that make sense?
Whatever you say. And there's another slam dunk by Ryan Hollins. So he has 3 for 3, but 2 of his have been slams. He's got 6 points. Rockets off to a great start, shooting 89% from the field, but leading by only 4. Going for the steal is Hollins. Back outside to Aaron. Passed up on the 3 and goes instead to Chuck. He misses. Brewer out to Flynn. Battier's already back. Gomes picked up by Aaron. They want to go to that. Yeah,
there's the mismatch. You see Battier's going to try to double. But the one thing you can't do if you're playing post-up defense, you can't let your man go baseline. Therefore, the help can't help you.
Have our first time out on the court. Luis Scola has hit all 4 of his shots and a free throw for 9 points. Rockets with the early lead.
Hey, let's go to the bullseye. I want to show you the Rockets offense and how they're having to direct Kevin Martin through this offense. First off, Chuck Hayes got the ball. Watch him tell Kevin Martin to set a pick. Go ahead and let that happen. See, Chuck is telling him, go down there and set a pick. Okay, now as Aaron Brooks comes off, now watch Aaron tell him, go pick across. Now stop it here. What's going to happen is going to be a pick, and then Chuck's going to pick here, and then Kevin Martin's going to come off for a shot. Go ahead and let that happen. So they got to direct Kevin Martin in the play that gets him the shot, but that's what happens when you come to a new team. You're kind of playing on the fly, and you got to rely on your teammates to help you out.
Well, it's easier when you're directing Kevin Martin because he'll normally make it.
Good point. And he's a guy that you want to get the ball to because he's going to score it more times than not.
That's right. Minnesota, number 22 in the league in free throw shooting. Ryan Gomes misses the first. He's 81% from the line. So he doesn't miss too many times. He hasn't taken a lot. Gomes, this will be his 57th game this season. Battier out front looking for AB. Scola's trying to set a pick. Aaron goes the other way, gets a double team, shoots over it anyway. Rat-a-tats won't go. Brewer Corey Brewer now trying to mature and become a pretty good player. And there's the foul called on Chuck. And for Hayes, that's number 2. Now the Rockets are, of course, we told you, Ariza and Kyle Lowry already out of tonight's game. David Anderson is not suited up either. So the Rockets are going to have to go deep into the bench. And here comes Jordan Hill.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you make. This Rockets bench keeps getting decimated by injuries, and Jordan Hill getting an early chance. 5 minutes left in the first. You know, when you're on the bench like Jordan Hill and you look and see, okay, well, the guy in front of me, David Anderson, is not playing. You got to be ready because you never know when the coach is going to call your name.
There's a miss. Martin will bring it up. Martin keeps going to the basket, but it was knocked away from him by Brewer. Brewer gets it on the fast break slam. What the Minnesota coaches were talking about today. They want him to become a better defensive player. They think that he's going to be okay offensively. But Brewer has improved a lot this season, but they still want him to beef up a little bit. Aaron Brooks from the deep corner, and he misses, and the rebound goes to Darko Milicic.
Well, and the Timberwolves have been looking to run a lot more since the All-Star break.
Knocked away. Martin, 3-on-1 fast break. Gives it up to Jordan. Jordan Hill misses, and Scola's right there to clean it up, and he couldn't do it. And a loose ball foul on Luis. 2 layups missed by the Rockets.
Well, that's a function of Jordan Hill coming in the game and not being completely warm. Right here, Jordan Hill, this is a shot that he should go up and try to dunk, but just getting in the game, he's probably not loose. And then the scrum right there, you see the foul on Scola. Those are baskets right there that the Rockets have got to convert on.
Minnesota with an 8-0 run after the Rockets went on that 9-2 run. Minnesota right back in it, down by a point. Flynn tries to give him the lead, and he does.
And Minnesota, since the All-Star break, is the 5th best team in the league running the fast break. So Kurt Rambis has started to take the reins off of these guys and open their offensive game up a little bit.
Scola back to Brooks, right back to Scola again. Milicic all over him. 5 seconds, down to 4, down to 3. Martin tries to dribble it through Brewer again, can't do it.
Travel.
Yep, good call.
That's a good call by the official. Those are plays right there that players have been getting away with. Watch how he goes. Hop, 1, 2. That's an excellent call by Courtney Kirkland.
There it is. Derek Stafford, Sean Corbin, and Courtney Kirkland, the officials for tonight's game. Battier from the corner for a 3.
Look at how Minnesota, even after a made basket, they're looking to run. Totally different character team than what we saw earlier in the season.
Love is checked into the game now. Kevin Love, probably the best player on this Minnesota team behind Al Jefferson. Wilkins from the outside, and he hits a long 2.
Well, and you mentioned Al Jefferson. Al Jefferson is their best player by far, and he is not playing tonight. This is the 2nd night of his suspension for driving under the influence. So the Timberwolves really missed their best scorer.
Battier with a left-handed hook. How about that shot? He's pulling them all out tonight.
Well, he is amphibious.
Wilkins with the miss, and Martin.
And he's ambidextrous.
Well, this is the state of lakes. Right?
10,000 lakes.
So you got to be amphibious here. Scola with the jumper, and he pulled it up. He got the rebound, goes in for the drive, and lays it up with a left hand.
And he's ambidextrous too.
Settle on one of those words, will you?
That's ambidextrous right there, and I think that's the 3rd left-handed shot we've seen Scola make all season long.
Yeah, you can count them usually. On one hand. There's Flynn. Love wants to post up. Down on Jordan Hill, and a foul on Hill. Shane Battier. He's got these little moves around the basket, never called on to shoot them very much, but he shot the left-handed hook shot. Rockets lead by 3. 24-21 as the Rockets lead it. All right, Damian Wilkins will bring it in. Chase Budinger is checked in for Houston. Budinger, Martin, Scola, Jordan Hill, and Aaron Brooks. For Houston, Flynn gets a step, drops it off, and Jordan Hill with a block, and a foul is called.
That's the athleticism that Jordan Hill brings to this team. Ryan Hollins has had 2 dunks already. Ryan Hollins was getting ready to throw this one down, and watch Jordan go up and challenge him above the rim. I like that from this young player. That's what the Rockets need, is another guy who will go up above the rim and challenge shots.
Very young player, only took up basketball his junior year in high school. And last year at Arizona, he came on strong, finished season averaging a double-double, and was taken as the 8th pick in the first round by the Knicks as the Rockets picked him up, part of the Tracy McGrady deal. And he's being replaced by the other part coming over from the Knicks, Jared Jeffries, who is a veteran. Jordan Hill's got a chance to be a good player in this league, and the Rockets insisted on him being in that trade. And Carroll Dawson, one of the best big man coaches in the game, is already working with Jordan Hill now in Houston every day. And he's going to work with him all summer.
Well, there's nobody better than Carroll Dawson teaching you the post moves.
Oh, what a shot by Kevin Martin. My goodness, how did that go in? And he was fouled on the play, didn't get the free throw. Normally he does. And to Tucker. Outside. Outside to Martin. He's got a 2-on-1. Now it's a 3-on-1. Scola comes over, and he wasn't able to get it to either one of those players, but Bud said, that's fine, I'll shoot it.
Yeah, that was an excellent job of being patient on that break. Minnesota took away the break, but Bud was the trailer. The trailer's always going to be open on the fast break like that.
Johnny Flynn shoots the jumper. I think Aaron got a piece of that. As it fell short now, the Rockets can go 2 for 1. 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Excellent offensive quarter for Houston. Aaron uses that Scola pick, sets up Jeffries. He's wide open and hits. He was hitting that shot in warm-ups tonight.
And that's a shot that if he can hit that open 15-footer, he's going to get a lot more playing time with this team next season.
Damian Wilkins. They drop it down to Love, and he missed the layup, and the Rockets will have 12 seconds to get the final shot.
I think Jeffries blocked that one.
Did he?
And that's where Jeffries really excels, is on the defensive end.
Down to 5 seconds, down to 4, and Aaron is fouled. They had one to give, and they gave it right there. That's why it was good for him to go on and take it to the basket.
Aaron understood that. He went early, and now the Rockets still have 4.7 seconds left.
Bud will bring it in. Trying to get it to Aaron Brooks, and he does, and that's a foul, and that's going to be free throws for Aaron.
Well, that's a rookie mistake there.
Sure is.
You cannot foul when you're in the penalty. Now the Rockets have a chance to score points with the clock stopped.
Aaron Brooks having just a sensational year, as he is averaging 19.8 points per game. So a couple more games over 20, he'll be there. He has really stepped up and taken over the leadership of this team, as Ramon Sessions will check in for the final 3.
Now here's the thing you got to think about. Your point guard is shooting free throws, 3.7 seconds left. You got to have 2 guys back while he's shooting those free throws.
He got them both. They get it into Damian Wilkins. Wilkins, good defense by Scola, and it almost went in anyway, as Luis was all over him. So the Rockets in the first quarter on a 13-1 run, the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds to take their biggest lead of the game into the second quarter, 33-22. Rockets win the first quarter by 11. Hey, on Thursday night, Leslie Alexander and the Rockets held their annual Tux and Tennies Charity Gala at Toyota Center. This year, money was raised for the Children's Memorial Hermann Hospital and Hearts program. Over 400 guests mingled with the players and had a chance to bid on unique auction items, and a good time was had by all. And Bull, you and your daughter Sarah auctioned off one of your favorite items. Was a Beatles album signed by all 4 Beatles. And did Sarah know who the Beatles were?
No, she thought they were bugs.
Had she ever seen a record before?
She had never seen an album, and also on that Beatles was 3 or 4 45 records, and she'd never seen 45s before either. We had a great time, though. What a great opportunity for you and your family to come mingle with the Rockets players. So make sure you don't miss it next season.
Next season, remember that Tux and Tennies, because it's really a good chance to meet all the players, go up and talk to them. And the auction items were terrific.
Oh, man. Actually, six folks will be traveling with us next season. They bought that at the auction. That'll be a fun little trip to China next year with us.
That'll be Yao Ming's coming out party, too. That'll be the first games he plays. Coming back next year will be in China. Damian Wilkins just shut off by Battier. 24 seconds of solid defense by Houston.
That was an excellent job by Chase on the post defense, not to go for any of the fakes, just playing position defense. And Gerald Wilkins, he is a explosive player. So Bud moving his feet like that, a real nice job by him on the defensive end. Did I just call him Gerald? I did, didn't I? Damian Wilkins.
That's okay. Gerald's his daddy, and he'll take credit for that. And Kevin Martin puts up a 3. So Martin right on target tonight. He's 4 for 4 for 9 points. Scola 5 for 7. There's another miss, and Buttinger's got it. Jeffries, they left him alone once. They said, you better not do it twice. Jared Jeffries has hit his first 2 shots. Rockets are sizzling at 67%, and lately it's been feast or famine for you.
That's a good point. Yeah, the Rockets have had games where they've been on fire, and they've had some games where they've been not. And why is that? Why is it so up and down in a season like this?
Don't ask me. I just do television. Let me ask you, why is it that
way? Well,
if
I knew, I'd tell Rick, and then we would fix it. I'm sure that's something that coaches, it drives them nuts because they're running the same schemes. Some nights your players are hitting shots, some nights they're not.
I think a lot of it has to do just from being around the game a lot for me is if a team is ready to play, then the defense rubs off on the offense. You know, Monday night against Toronto, the Rockets came out, hit their first 9 shots, and just blew Toronto away. And then the following game against Sacramento, they never could get the ball to go in the basket, nor could they get a rebound to come anywhere close to them. Just looked like the ball was bouncing everywhere, but into the hands of a Rocket.
Is that why you say you always have to play the games to find out who wins?
That's exactly right. Love all the way down to Wilkins. And when Martin shot that shot, Wilkins took off to the other end.
That's what happens when you take quick shots. Quick, long shots start fast breaks if you miss them.
Just under 10 minutes left to play in the quarter. Scola got covered up by 3 different Wolves. And is back to Wilkins again on the drive. And when you come from the Wilkins family, you're looking for a slam dunk on that one. Uncle Dominique would not have it any other way.
Oh, they've got an offensive foul.
Oh, you're kidding.
I think that Hollins pushed Jared Jeffries into Wilkins. I was gonna give Jeffries some props on the good hard foul, but watch from the left-hand side of your screen, the push. I don't know. I think Jeffries was going, yeah, he was telling him, look, I got pushed. And the officials got it right. So I was going to give him props for the hard foul, but he got pushed into it.
Officials worked well together then. I think the one on the near side to us called it a defensive foul, and the other referee came over and said, no, he was pushed.
Well, you got to have the right angle to see that, and a good job by the officials of being in the right spot.
Bud with a miss. Jeffries going high and trying to take it away from Love, and Love wins the battle. We'll talk more about him in a minute. He's got a chance to be a good player in this league. And Ramon Sessions, they picked him up from Milwaukee last year on the drive.
Well, I disagree with you. I think Love already is a good player in this league. And here's the foul on Sessions driving in. And you see him, he just tried to run into Aaron Brooks to get a foul. And now with Aaron Brooks, with that foul, he's going to have to sit out. And Will Conroy, on his second 10-day contract with the Rockets, will come in.
So let's see if Will can keep them going. That Rio Grande Valley team now, Will is gone. Mike Harris is at Oklahoma City.
9 call-ups, hasn't there been?
Washington, I should say. Huh?
Hasn't the Valley team had 9 call-ups?
Antonio Anderson is gone. Of course, Jermaine Taylor came back. Right. Garrett Temple is now with Sacramento. Boy, Gerson Rosas has had to remake that entire Rio Grande Valley team.
Well, I think that that 9 call-ups for the Rio Grande Valley is a D-League record.
It must be. Battier puts it up and in. 18 seconds on the shot clock. That's going to be a charge. Nope, a block. A blocking foul is called on Houston, on Jared Jeffries.
I thought Jeffries had position, but we'll take a look at the replay. Yeah, he does slide underneath him a little bit. And you've got to have your position set before the player leaves the floor. So those are very, very difficult calls for the officials to make, and I think the officials got that one right as well.
Ryan Gomes will be at the line. Gomes, pretty good, solid player. He and Jefferson came over from Boston when the Garnett deal was made. Well, that seems like ages ago.
Wow.
Garnett played here a long time.
He did.
Boston has been struggling a little bit in the East. 11 seasons for Kevin Garnett before he even went to Boston. They thought they'd put it together that one year when they won 58 games, got to the second round of the NBA playoffs, but injuries were the downfall of that team. Sam Cassell and a foul is called. And we have a timeout on the court. 8:57 left to play in the second quarter. Rockets shooting 61%. The bench has been shooting it very well, especially Battier and Jeffrey. 12-point lead by Houston. 8:57 left to play in the second. Well, it's been the lucky game or lucky day for Scola so far. 15 minutes, 5 of 8 from the field, 11 points and 6 rebounds for Luis.
Yeah, remember, he's coming off of a game with 19 points and 18 rebounds, and he just picked right up where he left off. And he does all the dirty work. I mean, he just goes out and competes every single night. You just know that he loves playing the game, plays so hard. I'm just so glad that he's playing on our team, because when you've got a guy like Scola as your teammate, you love playing with a guy like that.
Yeah. Thursday night at the Tux and Tinnies, his wife Pamela was celebrating her birthday.
That's right.
We were trying to get Luis to buy her that nice necklace.
Yeah, he actually passed on buying the necklace, so I'm wondering if he's in the doghouse now with Pamela.
He ought to be. Well, he's not in the doghouse with Rick Adelman.
No, he's not in my doghouse.
He got a rebound and a putback. That's 13 and 7 already for Luis Scola here in the first half. Ramon Sessions turns the corner now, tries to float it up and does. Will Conroy's got to get some help on that pin down. Scola says, let me have it.
I like it.
Oops, right off the back of the iron.
Just a bit long.
Scola picks up Wilkins.
Oops.
And Milicic dodges another one.
Well, what's Sessions doing giving the ball to Milicic 35 feet from the basket?
Well, Milicic didn't want to catch it, did he? And a basket from the outside. Kevin Love.
Rick Adelman saying that was a moving pick by Kevin Love that got him wide open for that jump shot.
He can hit it. He's got pretty good range, too. He's got 33s this season. He's 6'10", plays inside most of the time. And Bud with a miss. And Love has it blocked away by Battier. So Bud gets it back. Give him the shot. He got the hustle, but he's short.
See, Kevin Love leads the league in most double-doubles off the bench. He has 13 double-doubles this season off the bench.
Yeah, he's averaging 15 points and 11 rebounds. Another quick miss. And Conroy sets up Battier in the corner for 3. Shane Battier has brought that shooting touch. A couple of threes for Shane. 8 points. Rockets are 4 for 6 behind the arc so far in this game. Milicic. Left-handed shot. Battier gives it up to Conroy. Conroy gets fouled by Sessions. Corey Brewer will check back in. Wilkins will go out for Minnesota. That's the second team foul on the Wolves. The Rockets have 3 with 6:54 left to play. Battier will bring it in. Scola, Conroy, Jeffries, and Battier. Jeffries to Scola. See if he can go to work. Never had a chance. Gomes steals it away. Sessions runs to the other end.
This is a point in the game where the Rockets have got to continue to be solid.
Conroy back the other way for a quick 2.
That was pretty solid.
Will Conroy played at Washington. Played with Brandon Roy in the backcourt. Had a good solid preseason with Houston. Went down to the Rio Grande Valley. He's waited his turn. He's back. This is his second 10-day contract. Brewer draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Corey Brewer won a couple of NCAA championships with the Florida Gators, and he was on some pretty good basketball teams down there.
Bill, your knowledge of basketball is second to none. How do you know all this stuff?
Matt, you knew that.
Only because you told me.
No, you knew that, Matt. You know, I'm going to have to keep an eye on you tonight. You're rather frisky.
I'm feeling a little saucy tonight.
Well, so is Brewer as he missed both free throws. What is it about these young players? He's shooting 67% from the free throw line, and a timeout taken by the Rockets. 6:12 left to play in the second quarter. The Rockets came out taking care of business tonight. Rockets with that 47-34 lead in the second quarter. Hey, do you want to be a broadcaster for a day? Well, listen up.
Sure.
Check out FoxSportsHouston.com to find out how you can go behind the scenes during a Fox Sports Houston live broadcast. Don't miss your chance to be a broadcaster for a day. Go to FoxSportsHouston.com for all the details.
So if we have a broadcaster for the day, are you going to teach them all the ins and outs of how you know all of this information?
No.
You're going to keep all those a secret?
Well.
So you're expecting the broadcaster.
He might be good.
Well, the broadcaster for a day. If you want to be broadcaster for a day, you better bring your A game. If you're going to work with Bill, you got to be on. You got to be sharp.
Well, I thought maybe he'd go on the pregame show with you and Kevin. Prior to that.
Well, we have a lot of fun on the pregame show.
I know you
Me and Kev have a good time on the pregame show.
It's a chance too for you to go and look inside the truck, which really is an experience for a lot of people who've never seen how production is done. There's Jeffries taking it in, put it up with the left hand. Scola got it back. Set up Will Conroy. Conroy takes it to the middle. He misses. And a loose ball foul on Houston. So another one of those possessions where the Rockets had 3 easy shots at the basket. Could not get any to fall. And that's the third foul on Jeffries.
I like the effort. You know, you want to attack the glass. You want to go after those rebounds, but it'd be nice if you get one to go in before you foul somebody.
That's the 15th foul on the Rockets, and the T-Wolves have only 2 as Chuck Hayes prepares to check back in along with Kevin Martin. Minnesota worked a draft day deal with Memphis a couple of seasons ago during the draft. They, you know, Kevin was still here, the general manager, and he wanted Kevin Love. And O.J. Mayo went to Memphis.
And Kevin Love, you see what he's done this season. That's impressive numbers, especially for a guy coming off the bench. But I like the way he plays. He's very tough, a great rebounder. He's got a nice post-up game, can step out and shoot the 15-foot jumper. For me, Bill, he just got good vibrations.
I love it. Of course, you're talking about his uncle, right?
The Beach Boys.
Well, Kevin McHale, being a big man, played with the Celtics so many years. When he was general manager here, he wanted another big man. It's 3 seconds now. Take the shot, Shane, in the corner. Good pass by Martin. Battier missed it, tipped out of bounds by Houston.
Yeah, that was great ball movement. I like Kevin Martin making the extra pass to Shane, who was wide open. Shane was really upset with himself after that shot. He knows that's one that he should knock down. That's his spot. He was wide open.
That's the hockey pass you talk about?
The pass that leads to the pass that leads to the basket.
There's a miss from the outside by Brewer. Will Conroy playing Kyle Lowry tonight. Martin takes it to the basket, missed the layup, and Love tips it, or Milicic tips it to himself. Sessions. And a nice move by Ryan Gomes.
Somehow Conroy got on Gomes, and that was a mismatch. Minnesota went right to it.
Back to a 9-point game. Scola from the top of the key hits. Luis hasn't missed much. 7 of 11. 15 points and 8 rebounds for Scola. He's almost at a double-double. And we still have 4.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Love from the outside with a miss. Gomes gets that rebound away from Martin. Fresh 24 from Minnesota. Kevin Love working on Scola, puts up the hook shot short. Martin's already underneath, and he had to dribble the ball because he lost possession of it, and there's Brewer with a foul.
That was a bit unorthodox there.
Had he caught the ball, he was going up for the slam.
I think he was going up for the slam before he caught the ball, and that was the problem. Good pass, but he didn't catch it clean, but able to stay with it. And then he sees, oh, I still got an opening, and then there's the foul.
Aaron Brooks is checked back into the game. Martin coming off a pick, could not hold on to it. Sessions giving it up now to Brewer. Brewer misses. He's really off tonight. He's 1 for 5. AB back to Scola on the run for 2.
The scoop. The Scola scoop.
23rd double-double of the season
already.
For Luis.
Wow.
Kevin Love with a miss. Darko with a tip to Brewer. Nice play by Milicic. Hayes. Martin will fire up a 3 from the hip. Very unorthodox shot by Kevin Martin, but it goes in a lot. Love taking it up and in.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Love is a beast down there on the boards. Someone's got to yell, help me, Rhonda, to get him off the glass.
6 points and 6 rebounds. That's not Mike Love, that's Kevin Love. And he gets it out to Sessions again. Another turnover by Houston. The turnover has really hurt the Rockets here lately. They've been turning it over at a record clip.
There's 8 of them tonight.
Yeah, 8 turnovers by Houston, 9 by Minnesota. Fast break points. Timberwolves with a big advantage. But Luis Scola keeping the Rockets in this game. 17 points and 10 rebounds for Luis. 2:41 left in the second quarter. 51-44, 2:41 left to play in the second quarter. Well, we also want to say hi to Rosa Burke, who came over to say hi to us tonight. She's sitting over there near that youngster. The Burks came down from North Dakota to watch the Rockets. They had their Rockets jerseys on. That's an 8-hour trip. Woo. They watched the Rockets on TV up there in North Dakota, where the buffalo roam.
Well, you know, it's cold up there in the wintertime.
Oh, no kidding. There it is. A three-pointer, number 34 in a row now for Aaron Brooks. That still leading the NBA.
Yep, leads the league, and now 1 game closer to Luther Head's Rockets record of 37 games in a row.
Gomes right between the legs of Kevin Love. Nice pass.
Really? This one goes right through the 5-hole. Yeah. He scores!
Love said, wouldn't it be nice to get a good pass?
You'd hit me in the hands. This could be never ending, couldn't it?
It might be. There's Kevin Martin. Took me a long time to think of one. 54-44 as Kevin now will finally go to the free throw line. As a Houston Rockets, Martin averaging about 8 free throws a game, and that's what he has done for his career. That's how you score 30 points in this league. You get to the free throw line 8 or 9 times a game.
Well, and then, of course, Kevin Martin is shooting over 90% in a Rockets uniform from that line, so that is really getting it done.
That's amazing. In a Houston uniform now, Kevin is 58 of 63. That's pretty remarkable for 92%. And even I can't jinx him. Now, he's so good that we can't jinx him. Pavlovich with a miss. He has just checked into the game. Brooks gets it right back from Scola. 1:35 left to play in the quarter. Battier on the drive. Nice pass to the chuck wagon. Boy, Chuck knows how to work that baseline.
Yeah, he's gotten really good this season at finishing around the hoop, and that's where he gets his shots from.
Kevin Love takes it inside.
He gave him the old Hully Gully there.
Yeah, he did. Almost an alley-oop. Chuck Hayes puts it up and in.
Well, he's having some hot fun in the summertime.
Haven't you run out by now?
Well, no, but Gomes, he says, I get around.
He's getting to the free throw line right now. You realize that these Beach Boy titles that you're throwing out there at a rapid clip, most of our audience is too young to even know who the Beach Boys are. That's when we were buying Beach Boy records.
Yeah, those were the original vinyl albums there, weren't they?
You know, Gomes with the first free throw. And Hilton Armstrong will check in now for the Chuck wagon. Chuck,
it's about time.
That's three fouls on Chuck.
I'm just going down the list here.
I bet the Beach Boys couldn't do as good as you're doing. They can't remember that many. Well, they're so old now, they probably don't remember any of them.
Their minds are a little foggy about now, aren't they?
Foggy Mountain breakdown. 60-48. As 53 seconds left. We're just right out here amusing ourselves, as we always do. We hope we still have anybody still watching. And there's a miss by Houston. Pavlovich with a miss, and Scola tracks down his 12th rebound to go along with 17 points.
And Pavlovich still waiting for his first little deuce coupe to go in.
Probably won't happen tonight. Brooks.
Nice pass.
Down to Hilton Armstrong. Sessions to the basket for two.
I think Kevin Love told Hilton Armstrong, you're California dreaming if you think you're going to score on me.
You got that right. He was, too. 2 seconds, Kevin. 1 second. Got to get the shot. I don't think Kevin ever knew what was on that clock when he brought the ball down. You got to tell him if you're his teammate, and he doesn't have an awareness of it. But a great offensive first half by the Houston Rockets of 60 points. But they only lead it by 10. Stay tuned. The Toyota halftime report is next. Don't go away.
Halftime at the Target Center in Minneapolis. And the Rockets with a 10-point lead on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So far, so good in that first half. The offense clicking as the Rockets put a 60 spot on the board in the first 24 minutes. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Kevin Eschenfelder with you here in our Fox Sports Houston studios. Get you back out for the second half coming up in just a little while. Well, this past week, the annual Tux and Tinnies Gala has held for the Houston Rockets. And year in and year out, it's a chance to put on a fancy tuxedo, a cool pair of tennis shoes, and more importantly, though, raise plenty of money for the Clutch City Foundation.
It's always fun. You know, you get everybody out here, you get all the partners and the players and the coaches, everybody relaxed a little bit. It's at a time in our season we're making that last push for the playoffs. It's been pretty intense after the trade deadline, so we're really excited about this. It's going to be a great event, and everybody's just kind of, you know, let their hair down a little bit, wear their tennis shoes, and have a good time for a great cause.
I like the beatbox at the Tux and Tinnies. I'm freestyling at the Tux and Tinnies a bit. And I'm out.
It's a fun event. It's for charity, and you know, the stuff that they're doing with the hearts and stuff, that's great. So I'm here to support it and bid and win some of these incredible items they have here, and you know, knowing that you're doing it for a good cause, it feels even better.
The Rocket organization loves to have Tux and Tinnies. It's been a thrill 15 years, and we've raised almost $10 million for the city of Houston. And tonight's event, which is great, is to test kids who are athletes especially, to make sure that their hearts are okay to play sports. So many kids have died. People don't know about it across this country.
It's a great event. It's something that the organization looks forward to every year, and so do the players. You know, the money goes to a great cause,
and it's good for us to come out here, you know, and mingle. I mean, it's nice to get dressed up, nice to get dappered up and looking good and mingle with everybody.
But I actually have the first Armani tux they ever made. I have a Gucci tie. All right. I have Jordans all white that don't come out in stores. So I really went over the top. It may look simple, but this tux here, you can't get it in the stores.
Every year, people has been talking about for months, and everybody is really excited. It's a bunch of cool stuff to bid on it, and it's a lot of money to be raised. It's a great cause, so I love it.
Last year, the benefit of my foundation, I remember a year before this for the Canvas Foundation, there's always to helping people in different area. I mean, this is really good traditional.
Hey, tomorrow at halftime, Matt Buller will take you on a tour through the silent auction. Stay with us. More to come here on the Toyota Halftime Report. Rockets on top by 10 at the break. Back with more in a moment.
Rockets got the offense out in the first half, scoring 60 points, leading by 10. 53% shooting by Houston in that first half, Bull.
And that's been the way the Rockets have been up and down all season long, shooting the ball really well one game, next game not so much. But the thing that jumps out at me is the Timberwolves have 12 fast break points to only 2 for the Rockets. The Rockets got to stop turning that ball over and get back on defense.
Yeah, that's what's hurt the Rockets is turnovers. They cut down on turnovers. They should win this game.
Yeah, it's a Rockets game for the taking. They got to come out strong here in the first couple minutes of the second half. It's the most important time of this game.
Well, don't be surfing that dial. Stay right here with us. Let's check out tonight's United States Marines leaders of the game. Louis Scola, 17 points. Ramon Sessions off the bench with 10. I'll tell you, that Kevin Love made a big difference, too. He had not been in the game with his 6 points or 8 points and 6 rebounds. He was really tough. But Scola with a huge first half of 17 points and 12 rebounds.
I just love the way Scola plays every single night. Comes out, plays hard, and you know, really gets a chance now with Carl Landry moving on to Sacramento. Scola's got a chance to really solidify his spot as the power forward of the future for the Rockets.
So Hayes will bring it in. Now, Chuck's got to be careful. He's playing with 3 fouls. Jeffrey's off the bench with 3 fouls. They're the only Rockets in foul trouble here at halftime. Johnny Flynn has 3 for Minnesota. See what the Rockets cooked up.
Aaron's wide open.
There he is. First possession. And Scola with another rebound. Aaron says, give me another shot at it.
There you go. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's the best time to get a 3. Right after you miss one, if you get one right back, you know what you did when you missed it, so you correct it. And Aaron did a nice job of knocking down that second one.
Scola did a good job of tracking down that ball. That was a long rebound. Milicic trying to take it in with the left hand, and it's knocked out of bounds by Houston. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the T-Wolves.
And the T-Wolves have to take this ball out almost in the corner. Very difficult place to inbound the ball from, right there in that corner.
Milicic, great pass.
Well, the Rockets had him trapped in the corner, but Milicic with a very nice feel for where the ball needed to go. Maybe he just needed some time off.
Well, he's always been a good passer. Just the other blocked parts of the game. Blocked right into the hands of Aaron Brooks, and he missed the layup.
You don't see Aaron miss too many of those.
Nope.
What do you think, Aaron put the French on that one instead of the English?
That's it. It has to be the only reason. There's Milicic with the ugliest hook shot.
He put the Serbian on that one.
It looked to me like maybe Hollins hit that ball, but it's out off Houston, and 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Look at this running hook. That was not very good.
Gomes, quick jumper.
That's too easy right there out of bounds play. You've got to at least get a hand up on the shooter there.
AB for 3.
Well, He's got it going now, and that was a good play. Battier set a real nice pick to give Aaron just enough space to get that shot off.
Flynn misses badly, and Scola with his 14th rebound already of the game. Back to Martin, quick shot. Kevin with a three.
Now see, this is good. If the Rockets can continue to shoot this well, they can blow the Wolves out of the water. But if the Rockets start missing shots, they've got to make sure they take better shots.
When Rick Adelman talks about getting the ball up the court in a hurry, he doesn't necessarily mean layups. You can get it up and make a three. Well, going inside the truck to see where the crazies really live.
where the true professionals do all the work in this in this show.
That's right. They spend their whole life in that truck. You'd be a little crazy too. Plus, the first 5,000 fans will receive a Clutch toothbrush holder, courtesy of Memorial Herman.
Well, Clutch certainly doesn't need a toothbrush holder. He doesn't brush his teeth.
No, he never does.
He's a bear.
Isn't he supposed to be in hibernation?
Well, that's what I was wondering. You said he's 15 years old, but what is that in bear years? Because bears only are like awake for half the year.
I don't know. We'll have to do more research on that. It's also McDonald's Family Pack night, too. You can get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 2 kids' T-shirts, and 4 McDonald's special offers, all starting at only $69. So call 713-627-DUNK or log on to Rockets.com for your tickets today. There's a Houston miss. Right up the court by Johnny Flynn. Brewer takes it in, and I think Battier got a block. He's been one of the hottest players in the league in terms of blocking shots over the last couple of weeks.
Since the All-Star break, Battier is second in the Western Conference behind Brendan Haywood in block shots.
Ryan Gomes puts it up and in. 13 points. Rockets can't run away and hide. They get it up to about a 15-point lead, 16-point lead, and then Minnesota comes right back.
And that's what I was talking about. If Rockets are hot and hitting shots, that's one thing. But you got to make sure you get good shots, because if you miss, Minnesota is really looking to run.
Kevin Martin and Brewer have had a battle tonight. Martin has 14 points. Brewer has only 4. So Martin's done a good job on Brewer, holding him 2 for 7.
I think half of the way Kevin Martin plays defense is on the offensive end, making his guy have to chase him all over the court.
Yeah.
Get that guy tired, and then his legs aren't quite as strong to make shots.
AB took it in. Hollins got the block. Quickly to Brewer. Rockets had a tough time getting back. I thought that was a double dribble.
Well, he certainly lost the ball.
That's 6 points by Brewer. I didn't think Battier knocked it out of his hands, but he got the call, and that's going to be calming the ball, carrying the ball on Scola.
You see Scola, he's a little upset with that. Yeah, he did carry it right there. That's a good call by the official, but Luis got a pretty good battle inside there with Hollins going.
He's got a battle every night. And is that going to be an offensive foul?
Yeah, moving screen. In the NBA, you've got to keep your feet set to set a screen. You can't turn your rear end into the guy who's trying to come the defender. And we see that night after night after night, and officials continue to call it, and players continue to do it.
We have played 4 minutes into the third quarter. Martin comes free, down to Scola, working inside. Nice flop. And Scola gets the basket.
Yeah, they should actually call the trip on Hollins because Scola fell down after the shot. Take a look at the replay. Hollins flops right here, and then watch Scola get tripped on the way down.
Well, that was a flop by Scola.
You think? It was a double flop?
A double flop. When Luis sees somebody fall down, he falls down. Works every time.
What the officials have been doing lately is when the guy flops, they ignore that, and then they call a trip as the guy's on the floor.
Yeah. Johnny Flynn puts it up and in. 8 points for Flynn. Martin back into the deep corner for Aaron Brooks. Hollins gets it out to Brewer. Gomes turns that corner, shoots from the right elbow with a miss, and Scola pulls down his 15th rebound of the game.
How about that outlet pass?
Shane puts it up and in for a three-pointer.
What a play. Scola gets the rebound, makes the outlet pass from the floor that leads to a three-point shot on the fast break.
Milicic. Left-handed hook shot with a miss. He's consistent putting it up, but it never goes in.
It's a problem.
Brooks takes it to the paint, back outside to Martin. And a little short. He starts that shot so low, if you can get out and close out on him a little bit, you can rush him, and there's Flynn putting it up and in.
Yeah, you're right about Kevin Martin. When he shoots that three, he starts it from low. But the thing about Kevin is he can put it on the floor. So if you're closing out on him, he'll go right by you.
Last game, Brooks puts up a three, just short. Boy, that looked good all the way.
Just a little bit short, and Aaron now 3 for 5 from behind the arc.
And that's going to be a turnover by Minnesota. That's 12 turnovers by the T-Wolves, 9 by Houston.
And there's that pass by Scola from the floor to Aaron Brooks, who finds Battier in the corner for the three. That was a great outlet pass.
Shane 3 for 5 behind the arc. He has 11. Scola has 15 rebounds. He's coming off an 18 rebound performance in his last game.
Yeah, he had 19 points, 18 rebounds last game. He's got 19 points, 15 rebounds so far tonight. That's all right, isn't it?
That's consistent. Consistently good as Scola puts it up and misses. Chuck Hayes runs it down. Aaron Brooks takes it inside, back to Scola again, and he's short, but he chases it down, puts it back up. There was a block shot, and Brewer comes away with it. Scola was on the floor again trying to get that basketball. Back to Kevin Love. That's going to be a charge. Oh, no, they're gonna say it's a foul on Hayes. He was inside the semicircle.
As Kevin Love comes down the floor, Chuck Hayes tries to set up, and it just looked like a wipeout right there, didn't it, Bill?
No doubt about it.
Tough call to make right there. And you know, when Chuck Hayes, that's the way he defends the basket, is taking those charges.
Wipeout.
Wipeout.
Well, Hill comes back in, and the Chuckster will go to the bench as he's got 4 fouls. Back to Ryan Gomes. Got stuck inside. Battier got a block, but a foul was whistled before the block. And the foul is called on Aaron Brooks. 3rd foul on AB, and Gomes will go to the line.
Kevin Love is really struggling. His neck is hurting him. He actually wandered over by the Rockets bench, and Keith Jones, the Rockets trainer, had a look at him and said, "Are you okay?" I don't know if he took a shot to the neck or what, but he is really struggling. There he is right there. Teammates coming over to check on him. I don't know if he took an elbow maybe to the throat, but he's still trying to shake that off.
Gomes in his 5th year out of Providence. And Gomes with 15 points in this game at 74-66. Brooks with a nice crossover move, gets it inside. Waterbug puts it up and in. How did he do that?
Man, that is just too nice.
Don't blink.
That is too good right there.
Miss him. Brooks with 15, Martin with 14, 19 Scola, Battier 11. Gomes. That's the old. Gomes puts the old Scola move on Scola.
But there was no flopping there. That was a big time collision.
He's learned a little from Luis already.
Oh man, what he learned right there was he doesn't want to run into Luis full speed anymore. that one stung a little bit. Take a look at Aaron Brooks on the other end, going to his left hand and finishing. It's just so easy for Aaron Brooks because he's so quick, and yet he can use both hands to finish.
So many good point guards in the NBA right now. And the passing across, when you pass across the lane like that, it's dangerous. Martin almost got the steal. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Minnesota. Have you ever seen as many good, bordering on great point guards in the NBA that are playing right now?
Yeah, this is really a good time to watch great point guard basketball.
Brewer, 27 games in a row with a 3 now for Corey Brewer, so he stays hot on the heels of Aaron Brooks. Brooks made it 34 in a row a moment ago. Shane, nice pass.
I was almost getting ready to say that Shane should have handed the ball off to Aaron because he had a lane to the basket, but he made an even better pass than the handoff.
78-69 Houston, 4 minutes left to play, third quarter. And a whistle.
Jordan Hill and Kevin Love have been having a battle inside. Kevin Love's a very physical player, and Jordan Hill's not backing down one bit.
That's 3 fouls, however, for Jordan Hill in 4 minutes.
That's a problem.
Yeah. that's gonna have to be an area.
Let's go back and take a look over. Right here is where we're looking to elbow to the throat. That was a couple plays ago. That's where we think Kevin Love got hurt.
Well, it didn't affect him on that play as he goes right to the basket for 2 more. And Kevin Love with 10 points. Kevin Martin.
What a
rattles
finish.
And goes.
Kevin Martin looking for the foul, but now he comes up limping, running back down the floor.
He's okay. 16 points. Gomes, they're going to him extensively now. He's got 17 points, having a good scoring game.
Well, you see Shane Battier is playing the power forward spot now with Jordan Hill playing the center. Rockets gone small with Buttinger at the 3.
Hill with a bad miss.
What? That's a shot that he makes before games, but shooting it before games is different than shooting it in a game.
Yeah, too much adrenaline going. There's Kevin Love from the outside, missed the 3. He's got 30 this year. He doesn't take very many. There's Brooks again, dropping it off. And that ball was deflected by Minnesota, so the Rockets will get it back. We have a timeout, 18 left on the shot clock. So Shane Battier showing you some of his passing skills. Aaron Brooks with 2 of his 17 points. Rockets up by 7 points, 2:50 left in the third. Here is tonight's Verizon Wireless reliable replay.
Well, it's our reliable guy, Luis Scola. He's got 16 rebounds. He makes the outlet pass from the floor, and then Shane Battier drains the 3 in the corner. Now, is that a fast break, Bill?
Yes.
They didn't count it in the stats.
Why not?
I don't know. Rockets had 2 fast break points at halftime. They still have 2 fast break points. To me, that's a fast break.
Well, I would think so. That's one pass, make a quick bucket. 19-16 tonight for Luis. Rockets can't put these guys away, though, and that's what worries you a little bit. This is the way that game went in Houston. You know, the T-Wolves hung around in a magical 3-pointer by Corey Brewer from about midcourt.
Lucky 3-pointer.
Yeah, put the game into overtime. They went 3 overtimes before Houston won.
That's a good point that you make, Bill. That's how Minnesota has to win games. They're not going to come out and just dominate you, but if they can hang around, and then make a couple big plays at the end of the game, they've got a chance to win. So like you're just saying, the Rockets have got to do something on the defensive end to stop the Timberwolves while continuing to score.
Ten seconds on the shot clock. Scola with a pick. Milicic comes outside but leaves Aaron Brooks. He misses, and Brooks saves it to Scola. Great hustle. Rebound. And then they throw it away as a steal by Flynn. Milicic throws it down at his feet. And that's going to be knocked off of Scola, so Minnesota will still have it.
Wow.
Very sloppy but effective, and that's going to be a charge on Gomes.
Man, give the Rockets credit on their transition defense, getting back. Looked like the Wolves were going to get an easy shot, but Jared Jeffries finishes off that defensive possession with a good position play.
.2:15 left to play.
I think that's the difference between, you know, the Minnesota Timberwolves and, say, the Cleveland Cavaliers, though. LeBron would have dunked the heck out of that one, and
Aren't there several other differences?
there are a few, and that's one of them.
Brooks. Milicic chasing him all over the place, and that's knocked out of bounds by Pavlovich with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
This one's going to come right in your living room. Make sure you hold on to your popcorn. Oh, don't let it spill on the couch.
Scola got the foul. Milicic falls for it again.
And that's a play that the officials they keep calling this foul, and Scola with the, and then he jumps into him, and as you see, there is contact on the elbow. But back when I played, Bill, that was not a foul. When you pump fake somebody in the air, you had to make a definitive move and go by the guy. Only in recent years have the officials started to call that consistently as a foul. Make sure you go to foxsportshouston.com. Check out the website. They've got all kinds of stuff, not only on the Rockets, but all your Houston sports teams.
Luis Scola has been perfect from the free throw line over the last 4 games now. That's 28 in a row he has made from the free throw line.
That would put him as the leader, the active leader in consecutive free throws made in the NBA.
Kevin Martin has that ball knocked out of bounds by Damian Wilkins.
Chris Paul has made 27 in a row. Dirk Nowitzki has made 26 in a row, and Luis Scola's got 28.
That's not bad, is it?
I think is that another thing that Kevin Martin has brought to this team is great free throw shooting?
Well, he gets to the line so many times. The rest of the Rockets have gotten better on it too. There's Martin with a miss. Scola's down low, gets another rebound, roots it out.
That ball hit the rim, didn't it?
Oh, they didn't reset the shot clock. They didn't reset the shot clock, so Aaron Brooks misses, and Buttinger gets the offensive rebound.
Good job on the glass for the Rockets.
And Brooks is called for palming the ball.
Aaron Brooks is so quick that time I thought it was a great move, but he did have to carry that ball to get through that little space that he was going through.
Flynn back to Gomes, fires up a 3, missed it. Scola boxed out. Aaron Brooks has it, gets it into the corner. Martin's got all day. He was able to read David Stern's name on that basketball and put it up and in. Martin's still limping a little bit, but he's got 19 points. Didn't affect that shot. And the Rockets are 10 for 20 behind the three-point line for a cool 50%. Pavlovich over to Flynn. And Gomes missed it inside. Jeffries made him change that shot just a little bit. Jared got the rebound. Back to Aaron. Nice little give and go dribble off the glass for 2, and AB gets 2. 19 for Brooks, 19 for Martin. 38 points by the Houston backcourt. And Scola with his 18th rebound of the game.
Throwing 21 points for him, and he's had another monster game.
That ties his career high. 18 rebounds, got it last game.
Chase is in the wrong corner.
5 seconds on the shot clock, a difference of about 2 seconds. Shot clock, game clock. Martin, lots of English on that basketball.
Wow.
And they're trying to get it in with just under 2 seconds left. Gomes from midcourt, and it's off the mark. So the Rockets in the third quarter on a 9-0 run. And we have 12 more minutes left to play. Rockets lead at 89-73. Right now, 89-73. Rockets outscored the T-Wolves in that third quarter. .com. 21-18 for Luis Scola, and we've got 12 more minutes left to play. Kevin Love picked up by Jared Jeffries. He just bulldozes his way inside, and an offensive foul is called on Kevin Love. He used that left arm to get Jeffries out of there. Jeffries is a big kid, too, at 6'11".
And Jeffries is a very good defensive player. So you see, even though Love was getting into the paint, the Rockets did not double because Jeffries can handle him one-on-one.
That's the 5th offensive foul by Minnesota in this game.
They have been offensive tonight, haven't they?
Scola back to Martin now. Martin to Brooks. Brooks back to Scola again. Fakes, turns, fires, misses, and Brooks gets it back with a one-arm rebound and dribbles right through Damian Wilkins. Martin with the three, short. And Brooks almost got that rebound again. Pavlovich ran in and got it. Sasha from Serbia in his 7th year puts up a three, missed it. And Scola with a new career high of 19 rebounds. Just getting better every game. And that's going to be a foul called on Wilkins.
I want to go back to the Rockets' fast break before the start of the 4th quarter. You see how, look at how Jeffries cuts through and right there makes enough contact with the defender, Gomes, to give Kevin Martin a wide open look. That's cutting through on the break with a purpose, and that got Kevin Martin a wide open three.
Scola just off the front of the iron. Sessions in the open court. Pavlovich will shoot it over Battier. Missed it. And look at Jeffries go up and get that rebound. Love looks like he's limping a little bit. Martin will put it up from the three-point line, and that's going to be a two. He just stepped on the line. Well, Martin and Lewis were funny, but Martin and Brooks are not so funny to Minnesota tonight because they have combined now for 23 and 19 points respectively. That backcourt for Houston is just killing the T-Wolves. 91-73, Houston with the lead. 10:29 left to play. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance above the rim replay.
Well, it's the barrage of threes that the Rockets have been shooting. Battier gets it started, but the Rockets, they really rely on the three-point shot. The Rockets lead the Western Conference in scoring more points than their opponents from the three-point line. Rockets tonight are 10 for 21 from behind the arc. Minnesota only 3 for 9. So really another great job by the Rockets shooters of getting going and hitting the shots the Rockets need to win games.
Yeah, that's outstanding, and Aaron Brooks just continues to fire up those threes. He's 3 for 7 tonight, 3 for 8 for Martin, 3 for 5 for Battier, and 1 for 1 for Bud. Love takes it into Damian Wilkins. Good defense again by Battier. Martin gets it right back from Brooks again. Sets up for the jump shot, short. So far, Martin is 9 of 18 from the field for 50%. Good shooting percentage. Both Sessions with the miss. Scola keeps it alive. Scola gets the rebound. He just keeps adding to his career high. That's a 20-20 now for Luis.
Wow.
He's never done that before. 21 points and 20 rebounds for Luis Scola.
Well, last game, Scola tied his career high of 18 rebounds, and then Scola gets the foul there on Wilkins. But back-to-back games for Scola with a career high 18 last game and now a career high 20. First 20 rebound game by a Rocket since Dikembe in 07. That's amazing. Remember that game by Dikembe was at Denver. He had 22 rebounds, and wasn't that the first 20-point rebounding game by a player older than 40 years old?
Yes, it was. And remember that triple overtime win by Houston in Toyota Center. Al Jefferson of Minnesota had 26 rebounds in that game. That was a triple overtime game. Kevin Love with a miss. And a loose ball foul called on Houston on Scola.
Yeah, Darko Milicic gets the start tonight for the Wolves because Al Jefferson, this is the second game he's been suspended because of a DUI. And so Darko getting a chance to play. He leaves the game now, but he leaves the game with 5 assists, which is his career high.
2 points, 5 assists, and 9 rebounds. Sessions takes it in, and Aaron Brooks with the foul. So the Rockets have picked up 3 quick team fouls. And we have played just about 3 minutes into this quarter.
And Ramon off the bench with 10 points. He's really having a good session tonight.
Out of Nevada. I ignored that.
I know you did. That's a snowboarding term, Bill. You don't go out for a day of snowboarding. You go out for a session of snowboarding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just taught you something.
Certainly did. I learn a lot of stuff from you, much of which I cannot use anywhere else.
Well, I wanted to go back to the Dean and Jerry reference that you made.
Yes.
Martin and Lewis.
Martin and Lewis. Yeah, probably a few of the youngsters out there thought I was talking about somebody that had traveled cross country to discover the new world. I wasn't talking about Lewis and Clark.
Well, if we go with the Rockets backcourt of Martin and Brooks, that would not be Dean and Albert or Mel.
Oh, how about Buttinger? That might be Foster Brooks. There's Buttinger with the rebound back out to Aaron Brooks. And AB pulls up and hits. Boy, he is really good. He is really, really good. How about that backcourt of Martin and Brooks with 44 points on a 20-second timeout.
And both guys right around 50% shooting and 4 for 4 between the two from the free throw line. So when your guards are shooting at that high of a percentage, you want them to look for shots. And Aaron, one of the best in the league at creating his own shot. There is nobody that can stay in front of him. He's just too quick. And like you say, Bill, he is so smooth. He can stop on a dime, pull up and shoot. He's been fun to watch.
This new Rockets team now is trying to get its own identity, and it looks like the big three is starting to emerge. When the Rockets play well, they've got to get good games from Scola, Martin, and Brooks. And when that's been the case, when all three of them are going, they're awfully tough to beat.
And remember, the Rockets tonight playing without Kyle Lowry and Trevor Ariza, who are big parts of this team.
And David Anderson.
And David Anderson coming off the bench at the center spot. So good job by the guys who are playing. But let's just talk about the big three. You said Scola, Martin, and Brooks. Throw Yao into the mix there. That's what we're looking at next season. It's going to be something special.
Kevin Love with the rim out and Battier with the rebound. So Shane tonight with 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists for Battier tonight. Jared Jeffrey spins inside, tough fall away. And that's going to be another offensive foul. You know, when you play Houston, you got to figure out that's 6 offensive fouls by the T-Wolves tonight.
Yeah, that's the way the Rockets, you know, they protect their basket by taking charges. They're not a good shot blocking team, but to me, taking a charge, you know, that's just as good as the shot block, or maybe better, because the other player then gets a foul. See Scola out of the game now. The big question for me is, does Scola sit for the rest of the night because we've got a back-to-back situation, or is he coming back?
Well, that's right. We play the Detroit Pistons tomorrow night. And that's an early game. That will be, what, 6 o'clock Houston time?
Eastern time, which is 5 o'clock Central.
Okay.
So it is going to be a short turnaround.
Yeah, but he won't be playing in Central.
Is he playing in Eastern time?
He's playing in Eastern time. Tipped up and in. That stopped a 15-2 Houston run.
Well, how's he going to know if he's in Eastern or Central?
Well, we're in Central right now. We will cross over tonight. There's Chuck Hayes. Chuck didn't put enough English on that. 6:57 left. They want Hollins to take it in, the 7-footer over Battier. He was getting ready to pass out of that. Rick Adelman calls a timeout. 6:45 left to play in the game. And the Rockets lead it 95-79 on Fox Sports Houston. And there you see the youngsters having a session. What was that?
That looks good right there.
What do you call that?
Where's that at? We need to go there.
I'm surprised you haven't today. Oops. That's something I would do right there. Take a tumble.
You certainly don't want to take a tumble going forward on the snowboard.
Kiddo's having a good time. You know, one thing I love about going to the Rockets games, there's so many kids now you see wearing Rockets jerseys, and That's a lot of fun to see all those youngsters growing up being Rockets. There's Kevin Martin with the miss. Corey Brewer. Love draws a foul. Now Scola just came back in the game, but he may be going back out again. He just picked up his 5th foul of the game.
Well, that answered my question, is he coming back? But the thing about Rick Adelman didn't want to have to bring Scola back. He wanted to be able to rest Scola for the rest of the game, but he called timeout because he wasn't happy with his defense.
Well, you know, Rick's a believer in that one in the hand theory.
Yeah, I am too.
You know, get this game tonight. Don't worry about tomorrow night's game because you don't know what's going to happen. You can't plan for tomorrow night. In the NBA, you got to win them if you get a chance. And Love has 12 points and 9 rebounds. Well, Hollins just fouling Brooks all over the place.
Yeah, the Wolves are trying everything they can right now to get back in this game, and they're trying to press a little bit, but Aaron Brooks is too good to be pressed.
Aaron Brooks puts up the 3, missed it. Love with a rebound. Down court to Hollins. Hollins with a slam. So the 20-point Houston lead now back down to 12. An 8-0 run by Minnesota.
And the Rockets bench yelling at Aaron Brooks, take the ball to the basket. When you shoot long threes and you miss, it starts the other team's fast break. And the Rockets at this point in the game don't need quick long threes. They need the ball going to the basket. There you go.
And that worked pretty good, didn't it?
That's why.
Yep.
You know, you might make 40% of your threes if you're on a good night, but you're going to make 60 or 70% of your layups, and you're going to have a chance to get fouled. So that's why you go to the basket to finish games.
Corey Brewer is fouled behind the 3-point line by Martin. So it'll be 3 free throws for Corey Brewer. Martin doesn't think so.
No, he thinks it's a flop. You know how we tell for sure? First, we take a look at Aaron Brooks taking the ball to the basket, getting a good layup. And then we take a look at the foul. Oh, my goodness. Look at, that's not a foul.
Well, he touched him.
You could call that on every single shot in the NBA.
They just did.
You're right. Would you like to see that on every play? Call a foul on every single play?
No. They pick and choose. Sessions will go out. Ramon's had a pretty good game tonight, hasn't he?
He's had a pretty good session.
There's just no winning this tonight. I give.
Told you I was saucy.
5:18 left to play in the session. And it's an 11-point lead by the Rockets. Scola says, let me put an end to this mess. 23 points and 20 rebounds for Luis. Now don't foul out of the game. Hollins got a chokehold on him.
Yeah, the Rockets need Scola to finish this game. And like you say, Rick likes to get the bird in the hand.
And a nice pass by Hollins over to Love. They went over the top with their 2 big guys. Aaron Brooks gets open, in and out. And Scola had the rebound and knocked it away. Jeffries ended up with it. Rockets get a fresh 24. 4:28 left to play in the game. 11-point Houston lead.
Nice pass.
Scola open again. Oh, yep. Why didn't he shoot it? And good hustle job by Aaron Brooks to get back and steal that pass. Now he goes back inside, sets up Battier for a long 3, missed it. Battier runs it down. Good hustle and draws the loose ball foul. And that's only the 2nd foul on the T-Wolves. The Rockets have 5 already.
Scola's got 23 points and 20 rebounds. The last time a Rocket had a 20-20 game was Yao Ming back in 06. 22 points and 21 rebounds. That shows you the level of play that Luis Scola is playing at now. And this is back-to-back games where he's been spectacular.
Kevin Martin got 3. Nice pick by Scola. Now the Rockets can't buy a basket.
That's not a good time to go cold.
No, it isn't. Down to Hollins again. Love will fire up a three-pointer and is just short. Boy, that was close. Brooks had it knocked away. Thought he was fouled, didn't get the whistle. Brewer back to Flynn. Flynn puts it up and in.
Well, the problem is Aaron Brooks thought he was fouled, told the ref about it, but as he was talking to the ref, Johnny Flynn was going the other way, laying it up.
Well, just when the Rockets thought they had it put away, it's a 15-4 run by Minnesota. 3:21 left to play, and it's only a 9-point game now. The Rockets are 2 for their last 9. Martin misses again.
Wow.
Way off.
I think ever since we showed that snowboarding video, the Rockets have been playing in snow.
Well, another foul by Houston. Foul is called on Aaron Brooks. His 5th foul of the game. So Scola with 5, Brooks with 5.
And remember, the last time the Rockets played the Minnesota Timberwolves, the game went into triple overtime before the Rockets won. And with the Rockets in foul trouble tonight.
You don't have to say that.
Well,
thank you.
This
Brewer
is
misses. Brewer, remember, is not a good free throw shooter, 65%. And Brewer is only 3 for 6 tonight.
This is something that the Rockets have really been working on, is finishing games.
3 for 7 for Brewer.
Oof, that's not good.
There's just no reason for a pro not to be able to shoot free throws. I don't understand it. Another steal. Bad pass. Flynn floats it up and in.
But, you know, Rick Adelman talks all the time about this Rockets team trying to finish games. And you've got to make the plays down the stretch to finish games. The Rockets have been working on it. They've been working on it. This is the best opportunity to learn in game, but you want to make sure you win this one.
Scola. Oh, he does it again, Luis. 25 points, 21 rebounds. Scola to the rescue. And a steal by Battier. And very wisely, that gives it up to Aaron. Martin from the deep corner, and that will do it. A three-pointer for Kevin Martin.
That last steal by Battier was all Jared Jeffries. It was Jared Jeffries on an individual play. Great job by him.
The Rockets had gone 2 for 10 until Luis Scola stepped up with a huge 20-footer, and the Rockets lead it by 12 again. 104-92 as Luis Scola with his game of the season to save the Rockets here going down the stretch tonight. Big basket, big jumper to break the ice. 25-21 for Luis tonight. And stay tuned for Rockets Live, presented by State Farm Insurance. Kevin and Eschenfelder, Don Chaney will be along to show you Luis Scola highlights tonight. And did he have a big game? Scola with 25, Martin with 26, Brooks with 23. At 74 points by the big three tonight.
That's a big game right there. But like we talk about, the Rockets still learning how to finish games. They make it a lot harder than they need to, that's for sure.
Well, they're an outside team for the most part, and when they're relying a lot on three-point shots late in the game, you got to make those. There's Love. Kevin Love now with his 29th double-double of the season. And that matches his total from his rookie year.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, and you know, like, not a lot of people watch Minnesota Timberwolves basketball around the nation, but I like Kevin Love. He's a guy who really, really is underrated.
And that's going to be a nice tackle in the open field.
That's a dangerous play right there too, because when you're rolling into guys' legs, those knees will buckle at any time.
Well, Scola's playing 42 minutes tonight, and he's our Landry Signature Group Rockets player of the game. 25 points, 21 rebounds, a new career high rebounding-wise for Luis, and the Rockets needed every one of them. 10-point lead. Gotta hand it to this young Timberwolves team. You know, when you lose as much as they do, they just never quit, did they? Here's Jeffries with a great hustle job, giving it up to Martin.
You know, and Jeffries is a guy who came in the trade with Kevin Martin, but he's been big, especially tonight.
Got 7 rebounds, played good defense. Flynn, no look pass to Love. Rockets have the 8-second line to get it across. They do. Battier. 1:10 left to play in the game. 10-point Houston lead. 7 on the shot clock. There's Aaron again. Boy, as Chick Hearn used to say, put him in the popcorn machine, didn't he? Just backed him up, got him on his heels, jumped up and hit the shot. Kevin Martin, he doesn't need another basket. He just wants to hold on to the basketball. And that's going to be a whistle and a foul on Minnesota. That's puts them in the penalty now.
Yeah, the Rockets have enough points to win now. Now all they have to do is just run the clock out. But Minnesota, you know, they fouled. They can extend the game by fouling. Let's hope that they don't, though.
Well, the Rockets now will fly to Detroit tonight after this game, and they'll play the Pistons tomorrow afternoon.
So that's a 6 o'clock Eastern time game, but it's 5 o'clock in Houston.
Rockets Live starts at 4:30.
So it will be a quick turnaround for this Rockets team. Rockets will lose an hour going east.
But they gain a victory tonight. 46 seconds left to play. 110-96. That young kid's the one. Not mom, but the kid had the cotton candy, and now he's got the Snickers.
Well, yeah, and then he had a Gatorade in between. He's going to be wired tonight.
Well, tomorrow we're in Detroit to play the Pistons, then in D.C. for a game Tuesday night against the Wizards. And the Rockets will be back home to take on the Nets, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, and the Celtics.
Courtney Kirkland just came over and gave me a fake fingernail that was on the court. How do you get a fake fingernail on a basketball court?
Well, the dancers were just out there. It's a
good point. I guess I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was thinking one of the players was wearing it, and that was really grossing me out.
Jermaine Taylor in the game now, and he trying to guard Brewer. He took off to go to the other end, didn't get the rebound.
Well, of course. And Jermaine Taylor wants to get some shots up. Got 35 seconds. He could probably get 2-3 shots up.
Kevin Love will shoot the free throws. Jermaine Taylor, Jordan Hill, Jared Jeffries, Will Conroy, and Chase Buttinger. So there really only one player out there that was here 2 weeks ago. That was Chase.
Yeah, good point.
Jermaine was in the Rio Grande Valley, and the other guys were playing for, well, 2 of them were playing at the Rio Grande Valley. Conroy was with him, and 2 with the Knicks. Jermaine Taylor. Jordan Hill, they're double teaming the ball. Jordan takes off. Nice pass to Buttinger. Hey,
oh, that was
great
a couple
play.
Of Wildcats there.
Yeah, how about that? Hill gets the assist. Buttinger gets the basket. Bud with 9 points, and there's Jordan Hill going high. You see a little bit of his vertical on that jump. This guy's got a terrific amount of athletic ability. And the Rockets will hold on to the basketball. So the Houston Rockets now will go to 31-30 to get back to a game over 500. What a game for Luis Scola, huh? 25 points, 21 rebounds, his first 20-20 of his career. And the Rockets needed every one of them as he helped leads the Rockets to victory. 30 points for Kevin Martin tonight and 25 points for Aaron Brooks. So there's your offense for the Houston Rockets, and Luis is standing by with Matt.
Luis, the last time a Rockets player had more than 20 points and 20 rebounds was in '06. Yao Ming had it. Tonight you come up with a huge game.
Well, I remember, I think last year I got a game that I got 18. And he told me, you almost got 20-20. And he said, I got it already. I got 30 and 20, he told me. So I remember that today.
That's back-to-back games for you, huge games, and the Rockets desperately needed huge games from you. How are you feeling now, having to make a quick turnaround for a back-to-back tomorrow night?
I feel good about today's game. Hopefully tomorrow morning I don't feel so tired. It's a huge game for us, just like everyone is going to be from now on. I believe, just like everybody else in the team, we believe that we still have one more push to get back in the mix and to make a final run to the playoff. But it's all about winning games. It's all about this road trip and keep going from now on.
All right, Luis, great job. Thanks for stopping by. We got plenty more coming up right after this break.
The Houston Rockets win it the big three tonight. Luis Scola with 25 points, Martin with 30, Brooks with 25. That's 80 points by the big three tonight, leading the Rockets to a 112-98 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. For Matt Bullard, I'm Bill Worrell. Stay tuned. Rockets Live is next, right after the final take.